Good afternoon, wrestling fans, and welcome to the Epic Sports Broadcasting Network for today's pay-per-view broadcast, Freedom Festival 2022. My name is Dave Little, and we are coming to you live from the Dave Cave with the Summer Spectacular Show of the Year. We will have 8 great matches today. If you have seen the preview show, then you already know that our main event will be for the NWA World Heavyweight Championship, as Dr. Death Steve Williams defends his title against the former champion, the man they call VADER. Also, the World Tag Team Championship on the line tonight with the New Age Outlaws, the Road Dogg Jesse James and the Badass Billy Gunn defending the titles against the double tough team out of Pro Wrestling Mid-America. That would be Dick the Bruiser and the Crusher. Both the ladies' singles and tag team championships will be on the line today. We'll see the Patriot Heavyweight Championship contested as the rivalry continues between Ed Strangler Lewis and Harley Race. And we'll see 3 big grudge matches. So sit back, relax, grab yourself a cold one, and enjoy the show. Happy 4th of July to all as we enjoy Summer Spectacular Freedom Festival 2022. All right, ladies and gentlemen, our opening contest is by special request. This match was demanded by the fans. The one and only Frank Wainscott asked for this match to be presented in 6-man tag team action with no time limit and no disqualification. It will be the Fabulous Freebirds taking on the Von Erich brothers. The Fabulous Freebirds, as you know, Terry Gordy, Michael PSAs, and their mischievous compatriot, Buddy Roberts. They are coming down the aisleway here. We are at the Irvin J. Nutter Center in Dayton, Ohio, the Nut House, on the campus of Wright State University, where Heartland Championship Wrestling first opened its doors way back in 2006. As we say hello in the chat room to Cleveland Baseball Fan 879 and Mark Ferguson, sounds like some slobber knockers indeed. As the Freebirds have hit the ring and the fans here in Dayton anxiously await the crowd favorites, the one and only Von Erich brothers. It's Kevin Von Erich. It is David Von Erich. And the one and only modern day warrior, Kerry Von Erich. As we say hello to Captain Carl 8 in the chat room. So the battle lines have been drawn. And we are going with red and white dice today, in keeping with our patriotic theme for the Summer Spectacular Show, Freedom Festival 2022, celebrating the 4th of July in the Heartland. And batten down the hatches, it is time for action here at the Nut House. It will be David Von Erich to start things off against Michael P. Hess Hayes, as the Freebirds and the Von Erich brothers get ready to go to battle. As Mark Ferguson providing your opening music, Bad Street, Atlanta, GA. The further down the block you went, the badder it got. We live on the last house on the right. And the opening initiative role is indeed won by Michael P.S. Hayes, perhaps inspired by Mark Ferguson's vocal stylings in the crowd here tonight. And it is Hayes who will start things off with a whip to the ropes. Off the ropes comes David Von Erich, and on a roll of 7, Hayes drops down. Von Erich comes off the other way. And this time it is Von Erich with a powerful flying shoulder tackle that takes Michael P.S. Hayes down to the canvas, much to the delight of the crowd here in Dayton. Von Erich follows that up, and he's going to go right to the spinning toe hold and try and do some damage to Hayes. Hayes makes his way over to the bottom rope, and the hold is broken. And now David comes back with a whip to the ropes of his own. Off the ropes comes Michael Hayes, and on a roll of 8, it is a big back elbow from David Von Erich, again taking Hayes down to the canvas. And David is going to tag into Kevin Von Erich now. Coming in and in control, and it's just going to lock on a body scissors to Michael P.S. Hayes. Try and wear him down further. And Von Erich follows that up. He's going to try for the rear chin lock. That is a choice maneuver. And he will be successful with that on a roll of 8 or lower. But on a roll of 10, Hayes powers his way out, and Hayes takes control. And Hayes just grabs the hair of Kevin and takes him down to the canvas. Not a sporting move by Michael Hayes, but what do you expect? Hayes now tags out to Buddy Jack Roberts. Buddy Jack Roberts in the ring, strutting and mugging and just doing everything he can to be annoying and obnoxious and get the fans stirred up here as he moves in. And he is going to join with Hayes for a double clothesline, and they nail Kevin Von Erich with that running double clothesline. Double team move there by the Freebirds. Puts Kevin down to the canvas where Buddy Jack is in control, and Buddy Roberts now with a big elbow drop. Von Erich slow to get to his feet. Kevin gets up, and it is Buddy who's now going to go for the boot to the groin. The dreaded boot to the groin. He'll hit that on a roll of 7 or lower. And on a roll of 3, he leaves Kevin Von Erich in a heap, a miserable heap, on the canvas as every man in the Nutter Center groans. Buddy Roberts not afraid to play dirty, and he showed it right there in his first foray into the ring. Big forearm smash from Buddy Roberts, and now he's going to tag in the big man, Terry Bam Bam Gordy. Here comes Bam Bam. And Bam Bam comes in with a big elbow hammer. Kevin desperately trying to get out and make a tag. He cannot get there. He is still incapacitated by the effects of the cheap shot from Buddy Roberts. And now it's Bam Bam with a big back suplex. Down to the canvas hard goes Kevin Von Erich. Gordy goes for the pin. The pin roll here is 2, and on a roll of 5, Kevin kicks out. In this 6-man match, we'll give each team 3 total pin saves or outside interference rolls. And because this is the Von Erichs and the Freebirds, because of the card mechanics of these bootleg cards, each of the members of both these teams gets a -1 to their pin rating. So Kevin Von Erich under normal circumstances is a pinfall of 3, but in matches versus any fabulous Freebird, that drops to a 2. Same for all of the bootlegs involved, and I do enjoy that mechanic. Terry Bam Bam Gordy, of course, the only official Filsinger card in this match. And Gordy is in control now against Kevin Von Erich. What's he going to do? He is going to go and he is going to pitch Kevin out of the ring. Kevin is probably the Von Erich brother that is most susceptible to nonsense outside of the ring. And on a roll of 9, it is Gordy who comes out and waylays Von Erich on the arena floor with a big clothesline. Von Erich is down. Gordy is back in the ring, and the fans are booing as Gordy taunts the crowd and high fives with his partners. Kevin Von Erich now gets back into the ring where Gordy is, and Gordy pitches him right back out again. Are we going to see some shenanigans on the arena floor? Not yet. But Kevin's going to have to fight his way back into the ring. And on a roll of 8, he is just able to get back into the ring ahead of the 10 count. Gordy now is going to execute a double team move with the assistance of his partner, Buddy Roberts. And oh, how about that on a roll of 2? Your team flattens the opponent with a deadly face-first double suplex. Opponent rolls pin. The pin rating here now is 4 or lower. And Kerry Von Erich has seen enough. He hasn't been into this match yet. He's going to come into the ring and try for the pin save. And indeed, he is able to make the save and save his brother. But Kevin Von Erich is still in the ring, and he is still in trouble. Buddy Roberts now the legal man in the ring. And what's Buddy going to do? Buddy is going to go for a neck breaker and just drop Kevin on the back of his head. Kevin desperately trying to get a tag, and finally he gets over and tags in Brother Kerry. So Kevin took a couple of points of damage there on that opening exchange thanks to the double teaming tactics of the Freebirds. Now Kerry is in the ring, and Kerry goes with a whip to the ropes. Off the ropes comes Buddy Roberts, And on a roll of 4, it is Buddy who comes off the ropes with a flying shoulder tackle and takes Kerry down to the canvas. Buddy got all the momentum going, and he quickly tags out to Michael P.S. Hayes, who wants to get in there and get a piece of Kerry Von Erich. Hayes comes in with a jumping elbow smash down across the skull of Kerry Von Erich. Kerry is still stunned, and Hayes follows that up with a big suplex, putting Kerry back down to the mat. Hayes now is going to go with a whip to the turnbuckle. He thinks better of that, as that is one of the strengths of Kerry Von Erich, and Hayes instead is just going to slam Kerry face first into the turnbuckle. But Kerry with an elbow smash to the gut, and Kerry turns around and takes control, and it is Kerry with a flying leg lock that takes Hayes up, over, and down to the canvas hard. Both men getting back up to their feet quickly. Hayes takes control, and Hayes with another jumping elbow smash, and that one stunned Kerry, and Kerry staggers backwards with Hayes in control. Hayes now with a hair pull takedown and throws Kerry back down to the mat. Von Erich not very happy about that, but Michael P.S. Hayes is, like his partners, not afraid to use those dirty tactics. Another hair pull takedown. Kerry goes down, and Kerry springs right back up. Kerry's had about enough of that. And it is, and Michael just goes to the eyes of Kerry, and Kerry is enraged. And Kerry comes back, and he grabs Hayes and whips him to the ropes. Off the ropes comes Michael Hayes, and on a roll of 2, it is Kerry who tries the sunset flip. But Hayes comes off, grabs the legs, and rolls him into a pinning combination. The pin roll here is 2. And on a roll of 6, Kerry kicks out. Wouldn't that have been insulting? If Hayes were to score an inside cradle victory and a pinfall in a grudge match like this. Hayes now tags in Gordy. The big man Gordy comes in, and he is ready to do some damage. And it is Gordy with the STF, locking that on Kerry. Kerry slow to get to his feet, as the Von Erichs have been taking damage here early. A big elbow hammer by Gordy. Kerry finally gets to his feet. Kerry grabs a headlock, and Gordy retaliates with a waistlock takedown, putting Kerry down onto the canvas. But it's Kerry who is the first one up, and Kerry hits that flying leg lock on Gordy, and Gordy is now on the canvas, and he is hurting. Tag to David Von Erich, the freshest member of the Von Erich family, coming in against Terry Gordy, and he hits him with a dropkick. Gordy is staggering back. David with a whip to the ropes. Off the ropes comes Gordy. And on another roll of 2, boy, the Freebirds are getting all the rolls on the charts today. That's another roll up and another attempted pinfall on David's chart. He is a 2-rated pin, and so against the Von Erichs, against the Freebirds, he's only a 1-rated pin. So we need no pin roll. But a fatigue token has been applied to David as a result of that pin attempt. And now Gordy hits him with a power bomb. Oh my goodness, that is a finishing move. 1, 2, 3, 4 is now the pin roll. On a roll of 4 or lower, David Von Erich will be pinned. But on a roll of 7, David kicks out. Gordy is in control. He's going to bring Buddy back into the ring for a double team. And this time, on a roll of 11, it is Gordy who holds David. And as Buddy Roberts comes off the ropes, it is Von Erich who ducks, and Roberts hits Gordy with the clothesline. And down goes Terry Gordy. Buddy Jack Roberts is stunned. David Von Erich gets to his feet, and he takes control. And it's David with a big elbow drop onto Buddy Roberts, as the timing of the double team there for the Freebirds misfired, and David has taken control. What's he going to do now? He goes for the leg dive, and takes Buddy down to the canvas. And now David with a spinning toe hold, trying to force Buddy to submit. Buddy will not submit to that. And David is going to reach out and tag to Kerry. Kerry comes into the ring against Buddy Roberts, and it's Kerry with the abdominal stretch. The abdominal stretch has been applied. This is a submission opportunity on a roll of 3 or lower, and on a roll of 7, Buddy is able to make his way over to the ropes and force the hold to be broken. But for the first time, a member of the Freebirds has suffered a fatigue token. Kerry now in control. Kerry comes in with a running drop kick. That is a choice maneuver. Choice G, so that will either be a death jump roll or a power roll. The power is +1, so on a roll of 9 or lower, he will connect with this running drop kick. And on a roll of 8, he got him. And Roberts goes down. Kerry now with an opportunity to do more damage. And Kerry now goes to the discus punch. Nails him with the discus punch. The pin roll on that is 5 or lower. And so it's going to be Michael Hayes coming in to save his partner. And on a roll of 12, it is all going to break loose. Your tag partner runs in, and so does the opponent's tag partner. While the referee is distracted, your partner drops an elbow on the opponent and reverses the pinning combination to put you on top. So Buddy takes the discus punch. He goes down. Hayes comes in and reverses the pin. And now on a roll of 3 or lower, Kerry could get pinned. But on a roll of 9, Kerry is able to kick out of that predicament. And the match will continue. Buddy is going to sneak over and make a legal tag to Gordy after Hayes came in and did his dirty work. That's going to cost the Freebirds a pin save. Gordy now is the legal man in the ring against Kerry. And it is Gordy who's going to attempt a stop to the face. That is also a choice chart maneuver. He'll need a roll of 7 or lower to complete that, or he'll have the option of a turnbuckle throw. Kerry is an A on the turnbuckle, so we'll go for the 7 or lower for the stop to the face. And on a roll of 11, Kerry rolls out of the way of that one. And it's Kerry who comes back and takes his revenge with another flying leg lock. Gordy taken down, and Gordy is going to quickly tag into Hayes. Hayes into the ring quickly. Moves in on Kerry and goes to another rake of the face. Oh my goodness, Kerry has taken 2 rakes of the face. He is not happy about that. Kerry grabs Hayes and whips him to the ropes. Off the ropes comes Hayes. And on a roll of 11, that's no good for the Freebirds. That is the specialty move. As Kerry Von Erich nails a spinning punch to the side of the head of Hayes, and Hayes goes down and he stays down. Hayes is down. Kerry able to get something done here, and he is going to go with a sleeper hold. Sleeper hold applied. And this is a submission opportunity. Buddy Roberts was an underrated Freebird. Yeah, we can tell stories about Buddy Roberts all day long. But right now, Hayes is trapped in the sleeper hold. And on Snake Eyes, he's going to have to give it up. But on a roll of 8, he is able to make his way over to the top rope and force the hold to be broken. Kerry now still in charge. And now he goes with a discus punch. The discus punch he has nailed. The pinfall now is a 4. And on a roll of 7, Hayes is able to kick out again. Kerry tags in David, and it's a double team opportunity for Kerry and David. And on a roll of 7, it is a crunching double clothesline by Kerry and David that takes Hayes back down to the mat. David now in the ring and in control on Michael Hayes. And it is David with a jumping knee smash. Hayes is going to try and make a tag here. And on a roll of 8, he is unable to do so. David is still in control. And David now hits the figure 4 leg lock. Wow. David Von Erich with a submission hold in the middle of this crazy 6-man tag match. Hayes is able to get over to the bottom rope to force the hold to be broken. And David now, as Michael gets to his feet, nails Michael with a drop kick. He goes for the cover. The pin roll is 4 or lower, but on a roll of 10, Hayes kicks out. Hayes has taken now 3 fatigue tokens, and that is the trigger for outside interference from a member of the team. Gordy is going to come in and intervene as Hayes has taken his 3rd fatigue token. And we go to the outside interference chart. Remember, there's no disqualification in this match. But as we look at the outside interference chart, it is Gordy to roll. And on a roll of 9, Gordy distracts the referee. And the referee orders him back out of the ring. and the match will continue. So Gordy tried to intervene there on behalf of his partner, but the referee was wise enough to that and broke that up, and David is still in control on Michael, and Michael is in trouble. And David now goes back to the figure 4 leg lock. He's going to force the submission here on a roll of 5 or lower. And the Freebirds have no choice, but Buddy Roberts is going to come in, and Roberts is unable to intervene in that. And on a roll of 5 or lower, Michael Hayes is going to have to tap out. And on a roll of 6, he just makes it to the ropes. Desperation time for Michael Hayes, as David Von Erich with the figure 4 leg lock has done his damage here. David's still in control. David is going to go back to the sleeper hold. That is a choice maneuver. So he is going to need a roll of 9 or lower to complete that. And on a roll of 6, the sleeper hold has been applied. The sleeper hold has been applied. And Hayes staggers to his knees. David is going to tag in Kevin. Kevin has not been in the ring for some time. Kevin comes in now, and he goes with the body scissors. And Hayes leaves the ring. Michael Hayes has left the ring. And on the out of the ring roll, the roll is 10. And on a roll of 10, the opponent, Kevin, comes out of the ring and tries to wallop you with an object like a steel chair. So it is Kevin who turns up the aggression, grabbing a steel chair and slamming it across the leg of Michael P.S. Hayes, that same leg that David was working on with the figure 4 leg lock. This is a no disqualification match, so Kevin can wallop Hayes with that steel chair as many times as he wants to. And now Kevin goes with the flying body press as Hayes staggers back into the ring. The Freebirds have exhausted all of their pin saves, so the flying body press, Kevin's finishing maneuver, will result in a pinfall on a roll of 7 or lower. And on a roll of 9, Hayes manages to kick out. Oh my goodness, Hayes got his leg over the bottom rope. Too close to the ropes when Kevin hit him with the flying body press. Kevin's going to tag in Kerry. The crowd here in the Nutter Center is going crazy as Kerry hits the ring. And it is Kerry. Hayes tries to get out of the ring. Kerry's not going to let that happen, and instead it is Kerry with a whip to the turnbuckle. Off the turnbuckle comes Hayes. And on a roll of 5, it is a knee to the head. Kerry threw Michael into the turnbuckle, but Hayes with a knee to the head as Kerry charged in, and Hayes now has the opportunity to gain control. Hayes with a jumping elbow smash. And Hayes finally gets over and tags in Terry Gordy. So the Freebirds have survived. That's a very close call for Michael P.S. Hayes. And Gordy is now in, and he is going to town on Kerry Von Erich. Snap bears him over, down to the mat. Gordy. Elbow hammer to the back of the head. Kerry gets up, and Kerry tries for the flying leg lock. Can Gordy get a tag? He cannot. Kerry's still in control. Kerry is going to go for a press slam. That is a choice D maneuver. And we're definitely going to want to take the agility route on that. So on a roll of 9 or lower, he hits it. And as a result of that, Gordy is down to one knee. Kerry comes back with a series of overhead rights. Gordy will not go down. Kerry follows up with another whip to the turnbuckle. Off the turnbuckle comes Gordy, and on a roll of 8, it is a big kick by Kerry that stuns Gordy. Kerry follows that up with another series of overhand rights, and now Gordy is leaving the ring. Out of the ring goes Terry Gordy. This is to his advantage, but on a roll of 11, that is once again the steel chair roll. This time it's Kerry with the steel chair who gives Gordy a wallop. And again, the fans in the Nutter Center are going crazy for Kerry Von Erich. Back into the ring, and Von Erich goes with the iron claw. Kerry has the iron claw applied to Terry Gordy, but Gordy is still fresh, and it's going to take a roll of snake eyes to score the submission here. And on a roll of 11, Gordy powers his way out of the iron claw, and the match will continue, but Kerry is in control. Kerry is now going to make a tag into Kevin, and we're going to see another double team by the Von Erichs. And on a roll of 5, it is a double drop kick by the Von Erichs, Kerry and Kevin, smashing into Gordy with the double drop kick. That is going to cost Gordy a point of fatigue. The Von Erichs have all the momentum now as Kevin is in the ring, and Kevin's going to go to the flying body press. The pin roll now is 5. And on a roll of 9, Gordy kicks out again. Boy, the Freebird's just not giving up. But Kevin Von Erich is in control here. And Von Erich with another flying body press. 6 or lower is the pinfall. And on a roll of 10, Gordy kicks out again. Boy, no matter what the Von Erichs do, they cannot keep the Freebirds down. Tag to David. Double team attempt, but on a roll of 10, it is a deadly elbow smash by David. He didn't get all of that one. And Gordy is able to get to his feet. David is still in control. And David now tries for an elbow drop to the knee, and now both men are on their feet. David's still in control. And David tries for the leg dive takedown. Gordy blocks that. David's still in control, and now he's going to try for a Beal throw. That's a power move, and that ain't going to work against Terry Gordy, the most powerful man in this match. And it is Gordy who comes back with a big back suplex that takes David down to the canvas. David is hurt. Terry now with a whip to the turnbuckle. Thinks better of that, and instead he is going to tag into Buddy Roberts. And Roberts comes into the ring, and it is Roberts who just rakes the eyes of David Von Erich with the laces of the boot. Roberts with more of those dirty tactics. And now a whip to the turnbuckle by Roberts. Off the turnbuckle comes David. And on a roll of 8, a big kick from Buddy Roberts stuns David Von Erich. And Buddy maintains control. Buddy now with a double clothesline. That is a tag move. And they do get a pin attempt on this on a roll of 3 or lower. And on a roll of 5, David is able to kick out. The tag has been made to Hayes. Hayes is in the ring now, in control against Von Erich. And what is David going to do? What is Hayes going to do? He is going to go for the running knee drop. This is a choice H maneuver, so we can either roll the death jump, or we can go with the agility of 7 or lower. What the heck? He's going to go for broke, and we're going to use the death jump charge. Hayes going up to the top rope to come off with that knee drop. And on a roll of 7, he nails it. He nails the knee drop. David Von Erich is still down. What's Michael going to do now? He is going to go for the same maneuver, that knee drop once again from the top. And this time he missed it. He missed it. And he crashes to the canvas hard. Von Erich, David gets out of the way of that one. Hayes is down. David is in control. And David is going to go for the figure 4 leg lock once again. Submission hold applied. The submission roll is 7 or lower. And on a roll of 6, Hayes is forced to give it up. Wow. What a match. As Michael P.S. Hayes is forced to submit after missing that knee drop off the top rope. And David Von Erich wraps him up in the figure 4 leg lock. And the winners of your opening contest are the Von Erich brothers, and the fans here in Dayton are going crazy with happiness. As we make our notations here, as Michael P.S. Hayes is forced to submit to David Von Erich by way of the figure 4 leg lock after Von Erich got out of the way of a falling knee drop, and Michael crashed knee first onto the mat, opening the door for David to apply the figure 4 leg lock and score the victory. All right, so we've got some mixed feelings in the chat room. Mark Ferguson, go home, Freebirds. And I know we had at least one Freebird fan in the crowd, but the first match has seen the Von Erichs, much to the delight of the crowd here in Dayton, pick up the victory over the fabulous Freebirds. Frank Wainscott gets a nod for future matchmaker. Indeed he does. Thank you, Frank. I haven't seen Frank here in the chat room yet, but if you're catching this on the replay, thank you for inspiring that match. It was a fine, fine tag team contest to open Freedom Festival 2022. All right, boy, I'm going to need a swig of my Dr. Pepper after that to refresh the voice and get ready for the rest of this afternoon's action. following contest is scheduled for one fall with a 30-minute time limit. This is for the Heartland Ladies Tag Team Championship. Introducing first the challengers. They are former Heartland Ladies Tag Team Champions, collectively known as the Kimber Bombs. This is Kimberly and her partner, Cherry Bomb. Cherry Bomb and Kimberly. Two ladies with outstanding wrestling resumes. Kimberly, a former Shimmer champion. She actually held the main Shikara title, wrestling as a babyface as Princess Kimberly. Now in a heel tag team with her longtime tag team partner Cherry Bomb. Cherry Bomb, of course, now appearing in AEW as the Bunny, alongside her husband, the Blade, and their tag team partner, the Butcher. So it is Kimberly and Cherry Bomb coming into action against the champions. Your reigning and defending Heartland Tag Team Champions. First of all, at 5'4", 125 pounds, out of Honolulu, Hawaii. This is Malia Hosaka. And her tag team partner, 5'4", 140 pounds. As strong as they come in the ladies division, this is Jazz. So Malia Hosaka and Jazz, collectively known as Old School, in the tag team ranks here in the Heartland. Heartland Ladies Tag Team Champions defending their titles against the Kimber Bombs. And this has been a very heated and bitter rivalry, as Malia and Jazz won the titles from the Kimber Bombs, and in the rematch it was the Kimber Bombs winning by countout after Kimber hit Malia on the arena floor with a cheap shot that incapacitated Malia and led to some bad blood between those two. They had it out in a grudge match, which was won by Malia, but after the grudge match another brawl took place. And the Kimber Bombs again got the best of the champs in that post-match brawl. And now they come together at Freedom Festival 2022 with the titles once again on the line. Kimberly had pretty hair till Jazz cut it off. All right, we'll see about that. But we got our championship dice rocking now for this title match with the Heartland Ladies Championship on the line. All right, we are ready for action. And it is Malia and Cherry Bomb starting things off. Malia wants to get her hands on Kimber once again, but Cherry Bomb is going to get in there and take the opening aspect of this match, and it is Cherry Bomb who gets the advantage. And Cherry Bomb is going to try for a choke on the ropes. She is the stronger of the two in the ring right now. And Malia is being choked down on the ropes. The dirty tactics begin already. And Malia is not able to get over and tag into her partner. So Cherry Bomb in control, and she goes with a chin breaker, and that's nasty. Nasty chin breaker by Cherry Bomb, and Malia is quickly down. Cherry Bomb taking control early, and she nails her with the heads up. She's going to go for a cover here. The pin roll is 3 or lower, but on a roll of 8, Malia gets out, and quickly she is in trouble in this match. Cherry in charge. Death from below is Cherry's next move, and that is a bombs away style missile drop kick. And that nails Malia, and she is hurt. She staggers back, and Cherry tags into Kimberly. Kimberly now happy to come into the ring with her rival incapacitated, and it is Kimber with the taking Malia into the corner and just nailing her with a palm strike. And Kimber follows that up with an attempted armbar. That's a power move, and she again has the power advantage, and she is able to take Malia down to the canvas where Kimber now can do some more damage. Kimber's going to try for the missile drop kick, and that is a choice G maneuver, so we can either go the death jump chart, or we can go to, let's see, death jump or power. Power is to her advantage here. So on a roll of 10 or lower, she will hit the missile drop kick, and on a roll of 7, she nails it and goes for the cover. The pin roll here once again is 4, and on a roll of snake eyes, she got her. Just like that, Kimberly has pinned Malaya Hosaka with a missile drop kick, and the Cherry Bombs regain the Heartland Ladies Tag Team Championship. Jazz never made it into the ring. Perhaps Cherry Bomb ran around the outside of the ring and pulled Jazz off the ring apron. I can see that happening. As Kimber, with a pair of missile drop kicks, scores the pinfall over Malaya. And the Kimber Bombs have regained the Heartland Ladies Tag Team Championship. Just like that. Boy, the Freebirds and the Von Erichs went on for 30 minutes, and that match barely lasted 30 seconds. As Kimber pins Malaya with a missile drop kick, actually a pair of missile drop kicks, to put away Malaya and put the belts back on your winners and new Heartland Ladies Tag Team Champions, the team of the Kimber Bombs. I believe, if I am correct, that is their third championship, their third Heartland Ladies Tag Team Championship. Let me check the history books on that. And we'll open those up here momentarily and go to the title histories. Yes, this is the third occasion that the Kimber Bombs have held the Heartland Ladies Tag Team Championship. Malaya and Jazz won those belts on May 21st and lost them back on July 9th. So about a 6 or 7 week title reign for Malaya and Jazz, and they will get a rematch sometime in the near future. But on tonight at Freedom Festival 2022, your winners and new Heartland Ladies Tag Team Champions, it is the Kimber Bombs. All right. Some bad news coming up now from the Atlantic Wrestling Federation. If you were tuned into the basketball broadcast, this announcement was made at halftime of yesterday's basketball game. If you have been following the action in the Heartland, you will know that Atlantic heavyweight champion Sting was recently injured at the hands of the Four Horsemen. Sting had won that title from Barry Windham. Sting was in Mobile, Alabama at a autograph signing when he was confronted by a young woman, actually, who was the lovely Lacey of Ring of Honor and Minnesota Home Wrecking Crew fame. She asked Sting for an autograph at Mobile and then tried to kiss him, and then when Sting pulled away, it was Lacey who screamed for help, and the Horsemen came to the rescue, and this whole thing was obviously a setup. As Arn Anderson and Tully Blanchard attacked Sting, Barry Windham came out of nowhere, hit a clothesline, a running lariat onto Sting, which knocked Sting off of the balcony in the mezzanine and down to the ground down below. Sting has suffered a fractured cervical vertebrae. He is going to be out of action for 3 months or more. And the Atlantic Heavyweight Championship has been vacated. That announcement came Friday night at the ball game, at the basketball game. Since then, it has been the Steiner brothers who have stepped up on behalf of their buddy Sting and challenged the Horsemen to this match, this no disqualification grudge match here in Dayton, Ohio, as they attempt to take some measure of revenge against the Horsemen for what the Horsemen did to Sting. This match was originally booked as Sting versus Barry Windham. That ain't going to happen now. And instead, we have the following contest is a no disqualification grudge match. No disqualification and no holds barred. Introducing first, accompanied to the ring by their manager, James J. Dillon. Collect 2 of the 4 members of the Four Horsemen. 5'11", 228 pounds out of San Antonio, Texas. This is Tully Blanchard. And his tag team partner out of the great state of Minnesota. 6 foot tall, 249 pounds. the man known as the Enforcer AA, Arn Anderson. So Anderson and Blanchard coming into action here. Having accepted the challenge of the team about to enter the ring and enter the arena here in Dayton as the fans clap and stomp and cheer. These are from Bay City, Michigan, at a total combined weight of 525 pounds. Rick and Scotty, the Steiner brothers. So the Steiner brothers are revved up here and they are raring for action. The Horsemen are backing down, but James J. Dillon is conducting a little strategy session here at ringside as this match is about to get underway. And as we open things up, it will be Scotty Steiner starting things off against Arn Anderson. They come together in the center of the ring, and it is Anderson who wins the opening initiative roll, and it is Anderson who grabs a headlock. Good old-fashioned wrestling move by Arn Anderson. Scotty is not going to be able to reach over and make the tag as Anderson is in control. And now Anderson with a cheap shot to the ribs. And he holds the abdominal stretch position so Tully can come in and score with a cheap shot of his own to the ribs. Scotty is hurt. He wants to get over and tag in Rick, and he is unable to do so. Tully quickly comes in and takes control, and Tully is just going to pitch Scotty Steiner out of the ring. And here we go. Already this match has gone out to ringside, and on a roll of 8, Tully comes out and nails Scotty Steiner, slamming his head down to the ring apron, and Steiner is stunned. Scotty is stunned, and Blanchard is in control as action returns to the squared circle. And now the slingshot suplex. Tully gets him up and down hard to the canvas with the slingshot suplex. He's going to go for the cover. The pin roll is 4 or lower, and on a roll of 4, he got him just like that. James J. Dillon reached in from outside the ring and held the legs of Scotty Steiner, allowing Tully to get the pin. Quickly, the 3 count is made, and Tully and Arn are going to hightail it out of the ring, having stolen the pinfall over Scotty Steiner. Tully Blanchard and the Horsemen, of course the dirtiest players in the game, score a quick pinfall victory over Scott Steiner after the slingshot suplex executed by Tully. Let's see what happens on the arena floor. Can the Steiner brothers catch up to the Horsemen, or will the Horsemen make an escape? We're going to roll just one gut check die for each team collectively and see what happens here. And yes, indeed, it is the Steiner brothers who win the gut check roll. So Tully Blanchard is unable to get out of the ring as Scotty gets him by the leg, and Scotty is on the attack. What is Scotty going to do here? We are going to go to the Face to the Mat book to figure this one out. And we are going to call this Anything Goes. So this will be a hardcore. We're going to go to the hardcore chart from the Face to the Ring by Play.com Highlight Center booklet and resolve this action between Scotty Steiner and Tully Blanchard. And the roll is 62. Is the wrestler mean? Tully is the meaner of the two in this match. So the answer is no. And it is Tully who is able to grab the shoe from James J. Dillon and give Scotty Steiner a whack on the head and finally escape the ring. Thank you, Face to the Mat, Keith Avalone, for helping us resolve that situation. So, how that played out is that Tully scored the quick roll-up victory on Scotty after the slingshot suplex. The Horseman tried to make a clean getaway, but Scotty got Blanchard by the leg and was getting ready to do some damage. Blanchard took the shoe from James J. Dillon, whacked Scotty Steiner, and knocked him down to the canvas, allowing the Horsemen to make their getaway. As the fans boo, Mark Ferguson, no! Cleveland baseball fan, boo! And Scotty Steiner has a lump on the side of his head about the size of James J. Dillon's left shoe. as the Horsemen get away with one here in Dayton. My goodness, what a turn of events we saw there. Boy, 2 quick pinfalls in a row. We were that first match took us forever, and the last 2 matches we've gotten in about 15 minutes total. So now we continue on. The following contest is scheduled for 1 fall with no time limit. And this is for the Patriot Heavyweight Championship. Introducing first the challenger. Out of Kansas City, Missouri, 6'1", 268 pounds. This is Harley Race. So Harley Race comes down the aisle. He is getting a smattering of applause. He's not the most popular guy in the world, but he is not nearly as despised as his opponent, your reigning and defending Patriot Heavyweight Champion, 5'10", 236 pounds, out of Louisville, Kentucky. This is the Patriot Heavyweight Champion, Ed Strangler Lewis. And the rivalry between these two has been going on for a number of months. And they are going to attempt to write another chapter in that rivalry here tonight at the Irvin J. Nutter Center in Dayton, Ohio, on the campus of Wright State University. The championship dice are in play as the Patriot Heavyweight title is on the line. And it is Harley Race who wins the opening initiative roll. And Harley comes out and tries for a knee to the gut. That is a power move. The power ratings of these two men are equal. So it is Race indeed with a knee to the gut. And Strangler Lewis is hurt. Race comes in. A falling knee drop. Lewis is still hurt. I think the pace of this match will be much slower than what we saw in the last 2. Race working methodically and right away goes to the Indian Deathlock. Trying to do some work on the legs. And Lewis is down on the mat. He will not submit, but Harley Race is in control. And now Race is going to attempt a death jump. Race has a death jump mechanic. If you decide to attempt a death jump, roll 2 dice. On rolls of 2 to 9, use the standard death jump chart. On rolls of 10 to 12, Harley can hit the diving headbutt. So Harley quickly is taking the aggression. He is not going to be able to go to the flying headbutt, but he comes off the top rope. And on a roll of 6, that is a flying clothesline off the top rope by Harley Race that connects with Ed Strangler Lewis and puts him down to the canvas once again. Must be Fast Count Frank doing the referee duties the last 2 matches. Yeah. All right, Race is in control. And Race now is going to go to the death jump again. Still not able to get the flying headbutt accomplished. And this time on a roll of 9, it is another flying clothesline off the top rope that again puts Lewis back down to the canvas. So Harley Race surprising his opponent. Race usually a ground and pound kind of wrestler, but he's been to the top turnbuckle twice already. And Lewis is down and Race is in control. Race now is going to pitch him out of the ring. Both these men are brawlers on the arena floor, not afraid to mix it up. And on a roll of 8, it is Race who scores another knee to the gut and then slams Strangler Ed Lewis back first onto the ring apron. And Race wins that brawl, and Lewis is hurting. Back into the ring we come. And Harley's going to go up on top again. Still not able to get the diving headbutt. But he again nails a flying clothesline off the top rope as Lewis comes in, and Lewis remains down. Boy, Race has just dominated this match from the get-go. And now Race delivers the pile driver. That is a +2 finisher. The pin roll here is 4 or lower. And Fast Count Frank must be on vacation because Strangler Lewis was able to kick out. Race in control. And just has not been touched yet in this match. And he is going to go up for another death jump attempt. He's still not able to hit the diving headbutt. But he nails another flying clothesline, and Lewis is still down. Boy, Harley Race has a game plan, and that is to keep Lewis down by whatever means necessary. And he has found the top rope to be his ally so far in this one. And now it is a big vertical suplex from Harley Race. He's going to go for the cover. The pin roll is 3 or lower. And on a roll of 9, Lewis kicks out again. Harley Race remains in control as he is doing whatever he wants to here in this match. And now he is going to go for a shoulder breaker. That is a choice F maneuver. And he is going to need a roll of 6 or lower to hit this. And on a roll of 9, it is Lewis who is able to come out the back door of the shoulder breaker attempt. And it is Lewis with a grapevine and throw that takes Harley down to the canvas. Finally, Lewis gets a respite as he is able to take Race down. Race back to his feet. They come together in the center of the ring. And this time it is Lewis with the head scissors. The head scissors applied. Harley is going to counter that, and Harley is going to come back with an attempt at an elbow drop. But Lewis gets out of the way of that one, and Lewis now takes control and goes with a double wrist lock. The double wrist lock, a very painful maneuver in its own right. He can force the submission here on a roll of snake eyes, but Harley powers his way out of that. And Lewis is in control. And now Lewis hits the Strangler's headlock. The headlock has been applied. The submission here is 3 or lower. And on a roll of 7, Harley's able to power his way out. We'll see if Lewis can maintain this headlock. On a roll of 2, he is not. Instead, that is a bear hug power bomb, which is a choice E maneuver. So he will need a roll of 9 or lower to connect with this bear hug power bomb. And on a roll of 12, Lewis is unable to get it done. Lewis still weakened from those earlier assaults, unable to complete the power bomb. Race with the reversal, comes back with a whip to the turnbuckle. Off the turnbuckle comes Lewis. And on a roll of 5, it is Lewis who bounces forward off the turnbuckle and nails Race with a skull-crushing running lariat. Race is staggered. Lewis is in control. And Lewis now with a neck yoke, starting to work the neck of Harley Race and try and set up for another headlock if he can get it. Good match we're having here as the momentum has gone back and forth. And now Lewis is going with a jackknife arm scissors. Very similar to a arm bar submission hold like you might see in modern day MMA. Lewis ahead of his time with that move. And now Lewis turns that into, once again, the double wrist lock. Lewis working the upper body of Harley Race, trying to wear down his challenger. Lewis now follows that up with a whip to the turnbuckle. Off the turnbuckle comes Harley, and on a roll of 9, it is a big kick from Lewis that stuns Harley. Lewis back in control, and Lewis with another grapevine and throw pitches Harley down to the canvas. Lewis moves in, and Lewis goes back to that jackknife arm scissors. Lewis has the submission game going now. He's managed to ground Harley Race and avoid any more of those aerial attacks. As Lewis now goes back to the double wrist lock. Lewis working his submission game. Race not interested in submitting yet. As the double wrist lock is applied once again. Harley grimacing in pain, his face contorted against the mat as Lewis continues to torture his arms and shoulders with that devastating double wrist lock. Whip to the turnbuckle. Race comes off the turnbuckle. But once again, Lewis gets the drop on him and hits him with a big kick as Race comes off the turnbuckle. And now it is Lewis with a whip to the ropes. As they come together again, off the ropes comes Harley. This is a better outcome for Harley. And on a roll of 6, it is a powerful flying shoulder tackle from Harley Race that takes Lewis back down to the canvas. Back and forth we go as JT has hit the chat room. Welcome, JT, to our spectacular summer pay-per-view broadcast of Freedom Festival 2022. Race in control with a big back suplex, taking Lewis down to the canvas. Race follows that up with a whip to the turnbuckle. Off the turnbuckle comes Ed Lewis. And on a roll of 11, that is the big specialty move for both men. Lewis, with the better turnbuckle rating, wins that exchange and is able to pound Harley Race with a drop toe hold and send Race crashing headfirst into the turnbuckle. Lewis now in control, and he goes back to the Strangler's headlock. Lewis created an opportunity for himself. The headlock is applied. The submission rating now is 4 or lower, and on a roll of 4, he got him. So it took a couple of tries, but by way of the Strangler's headlock, it is Ed Strangler Lewis successfully defending the Patriot Heavyweight Championship with a submission victory over Harley Race. So a hard-fought match by both men, and exactly what we expected to see. Closely fought, back and forth. Both men not afraid to mix it up. Race with a few surprises early in the match, but then Lewis got control, and once he got that headlock working, that was all she wrote for the challenge of Harley Race. Your winner, and still Patriot Heavyweight Champion, from Louisville, Kentucky, Ed Strangler Lewis. As we welcome Joseph Hinkle to the chat room. Great crowd today. Thank you to everybody for checking out tonight's broadcast. We have reached the halfway point of the show, which means another sip of Diet Dr. Pepper for the play-by-play guy to get the to keep the vocal cords in tune for the second half of the show. This next match is not really a match. It is an alley fight between two hated rivals. Terry Funk and Dusty Rhodes are going to get it on in an alley fight. This is the first alley fight I have tried. I get this match from the Filsinger Games Ringside Companion, which is now available for sale at the Filsinger website, filsingergames.com. So, the alley fight chart. This match pits its participants against one another in a multiple fall, anything goes match until one man can no longer continue. The object of this match is to raise your opponent's pin rating to 16. Successful pins count for 2 points. Unsuccessful pins count for 1 point. No DQs, no countouts. Outside interference limited to 3 for the entire match. And we may see some involvement with the tag team partners. Terry Funk, of course, is seconded by his brother Dory Funk Jr. And Dusty Rhodes has been accompanied in recent weeks by Dick Murdoch. Ignore choice charts and use the stated move. For out of the ring, death jump, and leave situations, roll on the ring rating chart, determining the ring ratings for both wrestlers. After rolling 2 dice, consult the alley fight chart for the outcome. Also, the opponent takes over on level 2 offense when any move fails due to agility and power reversals on the chart. Okay, so alley fight rules are in effect. So none of this nonsense about death jumps and out of the ring and leaving the ring situations. We're in the alley here. Doesn't say anything about ropes or turnbuckles. So I guess we continue to use ropes and turnbuckles like normal. But we'll run this alley fight and we will see what happens. As these two men have been more than happy to get it on, Dusty Rhodes and Terry Funk, and they're going to start things out at the back parking lot of the Nutter Center, a place where I have spent many hours. I used to go do my workouts there when I was on faculty at Wright State University. Went to a number of Wright State Raiders basketball games at that facility. Played noontime basketball games on the practice courts, and now we're going to see the practice courts at the Nutter Center facility stained with the blood of Dusty Rhodes and Terry Funk as they fight to get to 16 pinfall tokens or Actually, both of these men are 2 rated pinfalls, so we'll start them at 2 and 2. And when these numbers get to 16, the match will end. So it's 2-2 to start things off between Rhodes and Funk, as they are battling it out, and they can't wait to get their hands on each other in the parking lot out behind the Nutter Center. And it is Funk who takes the offensive to begin things here. Oops. We should use our red and white dice as Funk takes the offensive. And he goes with a... the first roll he gets is a whip to the ropes. And I say, forget that. Let's go to the alley fight chart. So this is going to be A versus B. How can you have a whip to the ropes when they're fighting in an alley? Maybe we'll say he whipped him into the wall of the side of the building. Let's do that. So Funk whips Dusty Rhodes into the wall on the outside of the Nutter Center. But as Rhodes comes back, it is Rhodes who wins that roll and takes Terry Funk down with a back body drop. So Rhodes now is in control. And Rhodes with a vertical suplex puts Terry Funk down hard onto the parking lot. Funk is already hurting as Rhodes moves in, and he takes the knee joint scissor lock. He's going to pound the knee of Funk into the concrete parking lot and continue to do so, putting more pain on Funk's knee. Rhodes now, what's he going to do? He hits the bionic elbow, and that is an add 1 move. And Terry Funk is down. He's up to 3 points of fatigue. On the road to 16, and now here is a sleeper hold. Sleeper hold applied by Dusty. Terry Funk is able to battle his way back to his feet, but Rhodes with a flip-flop and fly just nails him on the back of the head with the elbow, and Funk is still staggered. Funk on rubber legs as Rhodes hits him with another bionic elbow. Another bionic elbow finds its target, and Funk is wounded once again. Rhodes has got it going on out there. And now he goes to the vertical suplex again, dropping Funk hard down onto the concrete parking lot outside the Nutter Center. And Rhodes now with the flip-flop and fly once again nails Funk with another elbow. Rhodes dominating the action here in the opening moments, and now another elbow, bionic elbow by Dusty. That is 3 bionic elbows that Funk has eaten, and he is staggering around now on rubber legs. And that is the out of the ring roll, and so Dusty now has the first shot at the alley fight chart. So it is A versus A. Dusty is on offense, and the dice roll is 9, and that takes us to chart reading number 10. Jam the timekeeper's bell into the opponent's chart, into the opponent's throat. Roll on level 3 offense. That is a power move. Dusty does have the power advantage. So they've gone back into the building now. They're fighting by the concession stand. And it is Dusty Rhodes who has just slammed Terry Funk face down onto the concession stand. And Rhodes is remaining in control. What's he going to do now? A pile driver on the rampway as Rhodes takes Funk down to the canvas once again. Rhodes follows that up with a whip to the turnbuckle roll, so we will use the turnbuckle chart for this, as the book doesn't tell us to do otherwise. But on a roll of 5, that's good for Terry Funk, as it is Funk who is able to lift his knee into the head of Dusty Rhodes. So Funk tried to whip Rhodes tried to whip Funk over the countertop in the concession stand area, but Funk got his knee up and has stunned Dusty Rhodes, and now it is Funk who is able to take over. He's going to try for a backbreaker, and he just dropped Dusty Rhodes on the tile floor in the mezzanine level of the Nutter Center with a backbreaker. Funk in control. And Funk now with a series of quick jabs. Dusty gets to his feet. They're duking it out. Funk with an arm drag takedown. dumps Dusty back on the tile floor in the mezzanine area. A series of headbutts from Funk, and Dusty is staggered. Funk with a chop to the chest, and Dusty returns fire with a chop to the chest of his own. They're chopping each other on the concession stand. And now Dusty takes Funk down, tries for that scissor lock again. Funk will not be taken down. Funk retaliates, and again they are exchanging chops to the chest. Both men now with chests that are bright red, and it is Dusty with a drop kick that puts an end to that sequence. Funk staggers back. Dusty's got him by the back of the neck, and it is Dusty who slams the head of Terry Funk into one of the showcases outside the arena. The glass does not break, but Funk is staggered, and Dusty is on the attack. Dusty with another big suplex dumps Funk onto the concrete floor once again as they are fighting in the mezzanine. And now another bionic elbow from Funk, and Funk is on his way back out the doors and into the parking lot once again. As Funk eats another bionic elbow, Dusty is just doing all kinds of damage to Funk. He is now busted open from those bionic elbows and starting to bleed a little bit from the forehead as Dusty once again goes back to the sleeper. This is a submission hold. On a roll of 8 or lower, he'll force the submission. He is not able to get the submission, so that counts as only 1 fatigue token. If we had rolled the submission there, that would count 2 points against Funk. But Funk is in trouble, and Dusty is dominating with the effects of that sleeper hold. What's he going to do now? He goes to the figure 4 leg lock. He can force another submission here on a 9 or lower. And he gets the submission, so that's 2 points. Funk is being beaten down on the parking lot here at the Nutter Center. He has just given it up to the figure 4. That will mean a 30-second rest break as Funk is desperately trying to get to his feet. And now Dory Funk is in the neighborhood. He's got a water bottle, and he is offering Terry Funk a water bottle as they come back together again. Funk takes control. Funk tries to hit Dusty Rhodes with that water bottle, but Rhodes ducks out of the way of that, and Rhodes with another big elbow smash to the forehead of Terry Funk, and Funk is none the worse for wear. He's already up to 9, and now it is a turnbuckle roll as Dusty tries to send Funk into one of the team buses in the parking lot outside the Nutter Center. And on a roll of 8, indeed, Funk hits off the side of the bus, and as he bounces off the side of the bus, Dusty Rhodes scores with a big kick to the ribs, and Funk now is staggered. Dusty in control, and he goes for the drop kick, and Funk is staggered back. He is now resting against the side of the bus as Dusty comes in and whips him to the side of the bus once again, and this time it is Funk who reverses that whip. And on a roll of 4, Dusty bashes into the side of the bus, and Funk hits him with a skull-crushing running lariat, and Dusty goes down. It's A versus A once again out of the ring. And this time on a roll of 10, we go to Alley Fight chart roll number 7. The opponent rams you face first into the ringside stairs. Opponent rolls on level 3 offense. So Dusty got stunned after being hit in the head, staggered back into the arena, where Funk grabbed him and just slammed him face first onto the stairs in the upper level of the Nutter Center. Now they're fighting their way down the stairs, and Funk is in control. And Funk has just picked up Rhodes and hit him with a pile driver down hard onto the steps. He goes for the cover. There is no, and he does get the pinfall. As the pin rating there was, no, excuse me, this is not fatigue, this is the total. So there is no pinfall, but Dusty takes 1 point from the pile driver on the stairs in the aisleway. And now it is Funk in control, and it's back to the out of the ring chart. It's A versus A, and on a roll of 10, once again, it is Funk who rams Dusty Rhodes into the into the steps. Dusty took that pile driver, and now Funk has got his knee on the back of Dusty's head, and he's grinding Dusty's head against the concrete floor on the stairs leading down to the ringside area. Rhodes finally staggers to his feet, and Funk nails him with a jab to the side of the head. Both men on their feet now as they have worked their way down to ringside. It's Funk who takes Dusty down to the floor once again, and they're battling it out down on the floor. Battling back and forth, Funk and Dusty. Funk is going to try for a shoulder tackle on the arena floor. That is a choice B maneuver. We're not supposed to use the choice charts. So Funk hits the shoulder tackle, but Dusty Rhodes pops up to his feet, and it is Dusty who comes back and takes Terry Funk down with a scissor lock on the knee. They're battling at ringside now. What's Dusty going to do? Vertical suplex. Funk blocks that, and Funk comes back with a headbutt right between the eyes of Dusty, and Dusty has been staggered. Dusty drops to one knee. He is on the arena floor outside the ring, and Funk follows up with another series of quick jabs. Dusty returns fire. Dusty comes back and tries that whip to the turnbuckle move once again. He's going to try for a whip to the steel security railing. And he does send Funk crashing into the steel security railing at ringside. We're at ringside. Dusty Rhodes is going to try another vertical suplex, and again, Funk is able to block that one. And it is Funk with a knee drop onto Dusty instead. Dusty is dazed. Funk moves in and takes him back down to the ground. They're fighting on the floor, and another big headbutt from Funk caught Rhodes right between the eyes. He's going to go for a cover here with a roll of 3 or lower. Doesn't get it, but that does cost Dusty another point of fatigue. Funk is still bleeding from the forehead, as we have both Dick Murdoch and Dory Funk Jr. cheering on their associates, as Funk comes in with another series of quick jabs. Rhodes to his feet. Funk with an overhead wrist lock, and Dusty is not going to have any of that, as Dusty instead hits him right between the eyes with another bionic elbow. Oh my goodness, he got all of that one. Another point of fatigue has been applied. Funk is up to 10 on the road to 16, as Dusty has again done damage with that bionic elbow. That move has been the difference in this match, as Funk now is trying to make his way back up the stairs, and Dusty is going to whip him in the direction of the stairs, and on a roll of 8, Funk goes staggering into the stairs and hits knee first and flops down onto the concrete as he is headed up the aisleway. Dusty in control. Dusty picks up the knee of Funk and slams it down onto the concrete stairway. Funk trying to crawl back out to the mezzanine area. Dusty catches up with him and now is going to whip him into, oh, let's see, what else is up there? We've used the trophy case. We've used the concession stand. Dusty's going to try and whip Funk into the women's restroom. And on a roll of 7, it is indeed Dusty who wins that exchange, and Funk goes crashing through the door of the ladies' room. They're fighting in the ladies' room. Dusty in control. Hits Funk on the back of the head with the elbow. Dusty still in control. Another elbow to the back of the head, and this time Funk drops down. Dusty grabs Funk by the back of the head and slams him face first onto the countertop where the sinks are. Funk hits the countertop where the sinks are in the women's room, and he hits it hard. And now Dusty has trapped him in the figure 4 leg lock in the women's room. Submission roll here is 11 or lower, and he gets the submission. So that's 2 more points applied to the total of Terry Funk. And Funk is in big trouble here as Rhodes has taken control. Here comes Dory Funk Jr. He is going to try some shenanigans. Outside interference chart will be rolled. The roll is 8 as Dory Funk Jr. tries to get into the women's room. It is Dick Murdoch who grabs him and shoves him out of the women's room. And now we've got Dory Funk and Dick Murdoch fighting out on the mezzanine. Terry Funk is able to escape the women's room and go back out the back door of the Nutter Center. Once again, they are in the parking lot, but Dusty is on the attack and rolls the death jump, and there's no death jumps in this match, so we go back to the ring rating charts. And this time the roll is 4, which takes us to alley fight chart number 3. Smash the opponent's shoulder onto the steel ring post. We'll say it's a light post instead. Interestingly, there are a couple of reversals here on this alley fight chart, but on a roll of 4, it is slam the opponent's head into the steel ring post. So we'll say it's one of the steel light posts on the lights out in the parking lot in the Nutter Center. So Funk hits face first, already busted open, and now his face eats the lamp post. And back to the sleeper hold we go. That's going to take us back to the leave the ring option, back to the alley fight chart. And this time on a roll of 9, that takes us to alley fight chart ruling number 10. Jam the timekeeper's bell into the opponent's throat. So Dusty Rhodes again, this time is choking Terry Funk down on the back of the flatbed of somebody's pickup truck. There's a pickup truck in the parking lot, and Dusty is using that as a weapon to choke down Terry Funk. And Dusty now with a big pile driver and onto the parking lot. Terry Funk in big trouble here, and Dusty with another pile driver. Funk tries to sneak out of that one, so Dusty instead is going to whip him into the side of that pickup truck. But on a roll of 4, that's a reversal, and that is Funk, who doesn't fall into the bed of the truck. Instead, he bounces off the truck and nails Dusty with a skull-splitting running lariat, and it is a pin roll against Dusty of 4 or lower. And Dusty hit hard, and Funk gets his first pinfall of the match after slamming Dusty with into the side of that pickup truck. And now Terry Funk is going to get into the truck, and he's going to see if he can't run Dusty Rhodes over in the parking lot. Sleeper hold applied by Terry Funk, and Dusty is down once again. And now it is the death jump roll, so Funk gets to go to the alley fight chart. And on a roll of 7, that takes us back to number 3, smash the opponent's shoulder into the steel ring post. So it is Funk who is able to jam the face of Dusty onto the side rail of that pickup truck as they're fighting by this pickup truck. Funk is in control, and Funk now with a series of quick jabs has Dusty hurt. Now a series of headbutts by Funk into Dusty, and Funk is back to the alley fight chart. The roll is 9. Whip the opponent into the steel guardrail. That is an agility roll. And Funk does have the agility advantage. So he grabs Dusty and whips him into something else out there in the parking lot. We'll say the no parking sign. Rhodes goes face first into the no parking sign. The handicap parking sign. And Rhodes now is busted open. And Funk goes back to the alley fight chart again. This time the roll is 8. That takes us to number 4. Slam the opponent's head into the announcer's table. So again, Rhodes gets his face slammed by that no parking sign. And this time it's a pin roll. The pin is 8 or lower. And another pin is scored. And that puts 2 more points of fatigue on Dusty. So Funk is battling his way back. Both men are bleeding. Both men are in the parking lot. Dusty's trying to get back into the arena. Funk is chasing him down. And this time it is, a tie roll. I have no idea what to do there, so we'll just roll again, and it is Funk who gets control. At the end of the break, Funk moves in, and Funk goes with that whip to the ropes as he's going to try and whip Dusty Rhodes into the plexiglass entryway in the Nutter Center. And on a roll of 8, Dusty crashes into the plexiglass, and Funk is in control. And Funk now with another series of headbutts. He's got Dusty trapped against the plexiglass and just slams Dusty's head into that plexiglass. And now a neck breaker onto the concrete as we are on the steps outside the arena. Funk is in control. More headbutts. Both men bleeding profusely at this point. Funk with a knee drop onto Dusty. Dusty is laying on the cement floor, on the concrete ground outside the entryway to the Nutter Center. And again, they're going to exchange chops. Chops to the chest being exchanged. And it is Dusty who wins that exchange of chops. And he picks up Funk and suplexes him down onto the concrete and back through the door of the arena. Another suplex by Dusty. Funk reverses this one. They're back on the mezzanine, and Funk with another series of headbutts has staggered Dusty Rhodes. Funk continues to pound on Dusty using his own head as a weapon. And now a neck breaker by Dusty on the floor. More chops to the chest by both men. Dusty fires back and takes Funk over with another suplex. This time landing him on top of the Dippin' Dots. I used to love the Dippin' Dots at the Nutter Center. As Dusty just slams the head of Terry Funk onto the Dippin' Dots cart. And now it is a whip to the turnbuckle. It's going to be a whip into the door of one of the skyboxes. And on a roll of 7, it is indeed Dusty who wins that whip and sends Funk slamming into the skybox. They're battling in the skybox now. Dusty goes again and stomps on the knee of Funk as Funk is laying on the floor just inside the door of the skybox. Another vertical suplex onto the floor of the skybox. And now another whip into the turnbuckle as Rhodes is going to try and whip Funk into the bar in the side of that skybox, and he does so. Funk smashes his back against the bar. Rhodes hits him with a big kick to the gut, and Rhodes again works on the legs. Rhodes now with another suplex down onto the floor of the skybox, and now another whip into the bar. But this time on a roll of 3, it is Funk who is able to reverse that, and he sends Dusty face first over the top of the bar and down onto the floor. Dusty hits hard, and it is going to be an alley fight chart roll for Funk. The roll is 5. The reading is 9. That's the agility roll, whip the opponent into the steel guardrail. So now Funk has got Dusty trapped behind the bar in the skybox, and he is just pounding him on the back of the head. And Funk now goes to the spinning toe hold. Spinning toe hold applied. This is a submission maneuver on a roll of 9 or lower. The roll is 6, and Dusty is forced to give it up, and that raises his fatigue count to 10. So 12-10 is the score. The winner is the first one to put the opponent to 16. This match has taken forever, but it's a lot of fun. So guys, as you watch this, let me know how you like this match. Is it too long? Is it boring? Is the chart any good? I'm interested in feedback on this alley fight as Funk and Rhodes continue to battle it out. We're well on to 20 minutes of match time or more here, I think. But Funk is in control as they come back together. And Funk is now going to go for a chokehold. And Dusty is able to escape the chokehold and come back out of the skybox. They're fighting again on the mezzanine. Funk is going to try for a shoulder tackle, and he knocks Dusty down. Dusty is down, and Funk moves in and body slams Dusty on the floor of the mezzanine. Follows that with another shoulder tackle. Dusty staggers to his feet, and now it's the whip to the ropes. The ropes is a B, and on a roll of 8, it is Dusty who is whipped by Funk into the ticket office. They're fighting in the ticket office now. They're hitting each other with the cash registers. Funk is in control, and Funk with a headbutt. He picks up a cash register and just hits Dusty Rhodes in the head with it. And he hits him again. And that is going to give Funk another opportunity on the alley fight chart. The roll is 4. The alley fight reading is 3. Smash the opponent's shoulder onto the steel ring post. So Rhodes is driven shoulder first into the window, and the window breaks. Broken glass in the ticket office. Funk in control. Death jump roll. That takes us back to the alley fight chart. The roll is 8. The alley fight reading is 4. Another smash into the of the head into the announcer's table. Opponent rolls on level 3, and that is another alley fight roll. The roll is 10. The alley fight chart takes us to line 7. The opponent rams you face first into the ringside stairs. So that is a reversal. Dusty reverses and bashes Funk face first into the window of the ticket stand, and that puts Dusty in control. And Dusty goes right back to the figure 4 leg lock. This should be used in very heated rivalries. It's a brutal match to try and put an end to the rivalry, and who better than Dusty Rhodes and Terry Funk? As Rhodes has just scored another submission on Funk to take him to 14, and one more submission here from Dusty, and this will be all over with. They come back together, and Funk is able to get the first shot in, and pokes the eyes of Dusty, and follows that up with a whip to the ropes. They're back out on the mezzanine, so Funk is going to try and whip Dusty back down the steps, headed down the aisleway, and on a roll of 10, it's a double clothesline, and both men go down. The wrestler with the better ropes rating recovers first. That is Terry Funk. So Funk has whipped Rhodes and sent Rhodes tumbling down the stairs back towards ringside. Funk now in control, and Funk with a spinning toe hold on the stairway. And that is going to take, unless Rhodes can pull off boxcars here, he cannot. Rhodes is now up to 12. And Funk is in control. The break takes place, and Funk is still in control. And Funk now comes with the head scissors. He takes Dusty down. They're back in the center of the ring now. Head scissors has been applied. Now a body slam by Funk. Rhodes is down in the ring, and a neck breaker, spinning neck breaker, takes Rhodes down. Rhodes rolls out of the ring. The out of the ring roll is a 6. A wrestler attempting to leave is considered the defensive man. So Funk is on the offense. And on a roll of 6, that takes us to a chart reading of 2. You pound the opponent's face with brass knuckles. Opponent rolls pin. Terry Funk with the brass knuckles has just busted open Dusty. Once again, it is now 14-14. The next man to score a pin or a submission here will be your winner. They come back together, and this time it is Dusty after the break who is able to take the initiative with a headbutt. Both men are busted open and bleeding. Dusty tries for another headlock and a punch. Funk reverses that, and Funk comes back with chops to the chest. Dusty fires back, and Dusty with a drop kick. Drop kick applied by Dusty. Funk is staggered back, and Dusty hits the bionic elbow. That's an add 1. That puts Funk at 15. Funk is hurt. Dusty's moving in. Vertical suplex. Funk is down. Dusty, whip to the turnbuckle. This time it's a legitimate turnbuckle whip as they're in the ring. And on a roll of 4, it is Dusty who whips Funk into the turnbuckle. Funk bounces forward off the turnbuckle and nails Dusty with a skull-splitting running lariats. And Dusty is hurt. Funk is in control. Funk with a body slam. Funk with a head scissors. Dusty's down. Funk with a knee drop. Dusty is staggering. Funk with a backbreaker. Dusty is down. What's Funk going to do here? Funk with a sleeper hold. Dusty staggers to his knees. Funk with a knee drop. Funk with an arm drag takedown. Funk still in control with the head scissors again. Funk now with a shoulder tackle. Dusty comes back on a reversal. And Dusty nails Funk with a bionic elbow. Funk's eyes roll back in his head, and he goes down for the 16th time. And Dusty Rhodes, with a bionic elbow, has defeated Terry Funk in a brutal alley fight. They were in the ring. They were in the arena floor. They were on the arena floor. They battled up and down the stairs of the Nutter Center, to the mezzanine, to the parking lot. And finally, Dusty having that Ad 1 bionic elbow on his card made all the difference in that match. Because he hit that several times, and that piled up the fatigue tokens on Terry Funk. And finally, one last big bionic elbow from Dusty puts the lights out on Terry Funk indeed. And I'm seeing some chatter. I haven't paid much attention to the chat, but there are injuries involved in this match. The loser is automatically injured. Roll one die for the number of fight cards. If the match is a draw, both men are injured for 6 cards. Actually, I'm going to roll on the injury table for both these guys, because y'all are absolutely right that this should be an injury situation for both men. And because Funk lost the match, I'm going to give him a +2 against his injury roll. Now, for my injury rolls, I use a D20, and that gives us plenty of opportunities. So we'll roll first for Dusty, and the roll for Dusty is 7, which is, I believe, a short-term, what do they call it, a minor injury. So Dusty will require some stitches for his laceration of the forehead, and so he will be weakened for the next, we'll say the next 4 weeks. So minor times 4 weeks for Dusty. And now we'll roll for Funk, and we'll add 2. The roll is a 4, plus 2 makes 6, which on my injury chart would be wrestler escapes injury, but we'll give him the same minor for 4 weeks as well. So both men are cut and scraped and damaged and bruised after that brutal matchup. They're both going to go to the nearby Soin Medical Center for stitches, under the supervision of my old friend, the emergency room Dr. Chuck Russell. Probably long since retired, but Chuck Russell was my buddy who worked the ER in the nearby hospital down the road from the Nutter Center. So he's going to need lots and lots of stitches and lots of ice packs for both these men, as the alley fight has concluded, and your winner is Dusty Rhodes. And yeah, I agree with you guys. That was a fun match. But it really took way too long. Maybe you could just go to 10 instead of 16 and settle things that way. But yeah, that is a once a year kind of a match, rather than something that you would rely on too often. So that comes from the Ringside Companion. I've been trying a few different things out of this book, and in fact, that's why I put together this whole Dusty Rhodes Terry Funk feud, so that we could check out some of the specialty matches in the Ringside Companion book. So the alley fight is in the books. Your winner is Dusty Rhodes. And we are now ready to go back to reality. Call in Dr. Red Fang, says Mark Ferguson. Salvador America is here. Glad to see you. Let's catch up on who's here. Salvador, good to see you. Cleveland baseball fan, Captain Carl, Mark Ferguson. A lot of folks checking out the action here tonight. Let's see if I missed anybody else. I don't think so. Al Red Sox fan. I missed Al Red Sox fan coming in. Joseph Hinkle, JT, and I think we're caught up. So thank you everybody for checking things out here. And after that spectacular alley fight match, another drink of Dr. Pepper has been earned by your play-by-play announcer. All right. Finally, we get to the 3 main event title matches of the night. The following contest is scheduled for one fall with a 30-minute time limit, and it is for the Heartland Ladies Championship. Introducing first the challenger. Out of Detroit, Michigan, 5'10", 150 pounds, Allison Kay. Allison Kay, very good wrestler. I've seen her live on a handful of occasions. And she might be on the show I'm going to see in Chicago next week. She had a successful run in TNA under the name Sierra. Allison Kay is the name she uses in most of her independent bookings. Yes, Funk and Rhodes absolutely beat the HE double toothpicks out of each other. So Allison Kay hits the ring to the polite applause of the fans, but the champion has become very popular. 5'4", 150 pounds, from the other side of darkness, also known as Cleveland, Ohio, is where I believe this young lady hails from. She is Holly Dead. Holly Dead has held the Heartland Ladies Championship since December, much to the surprise of most folks. She did most of her most famous work as the tag team partner of Thunder Rosa in a team known as the Twisted Sisters. But I gave Holly Dead an opportunity to do some singles matches. She rose to the top of the ladder and won the Heartland Ladies Championship and has been successfully defending it throughout the year 2022. And she has earned her opportunity to come to Freedom Festival 2022 and defend the title here in Dayton, Ohio, against a very capable challenger in Allison Kay. So it is Holly Dead and Allison Kay, and the opening initiative roll is tied. So I think for this one, let's go to the ring announcer chart for this one. Let me grab my ring announcer chart. And for ladies matches, we use the Bobby Cruz ring announcer chart. We've already used the Face to the Mat book, and the roll is 7. While Bobby Cruz is introducing them, Tempers Flair and the wrestlers trade forearm smashes. They are ready to get it on. And on a roll of 4, it is the face wrestler Holly Dead who wins control and begins the match on level 2 offense. So Bobby Cruz doesn't even get finished with the introductions. And Holly Dead and Allison Kay are going at it. And it is Holly Dead with the forearm smash to take control. Holly Dead is going to attempt a vertical suplex. That is a choice C maneuver. So she will need a roll of 7 or lower to complete that. And on a roll of 10, Allison Kay powers out of that suplex attempt. And it is Allison who is going to attempt a fall-away slam. That is also a choice chart roll. She is going to need a roll of 7 or lower to hit that. And on a roll of 8, Holly Dead comes out the back door. So both these ladies have each other scouted. And it is Holly Dead with a pump handle slam, taking control and putting Allison Kay down to the mat. Holly Dead comes in with the unprettier and drops Allison face first, forehead down onto the canvas. Holly Dead follows that up with a whip to the turnbuckle. Off the turnbuckle comes Allison, and on a roll of 5, it is Allison who bounces forward off the turnbuckle and nails Holly Dead with a skull-splitting running lariat. Holly Dead goes down hard, and Allison's going to go for a quick cover. The pin roll is 3, and Fast Count Freddy is not in the building, as Holly Dead is able to kick out. Allison in control now. She's going to go for a death jump. Allison to the top rope. And Allison comes off and nails a flying clothesline onto the champion. Allison in control. And she is going to go with a big D, a sliding clothesline that stuns Holly Dead. Allison gets up and goes with a running boot. She's going to go for the cover again. And on a roll of 6, Holly Dead is able to kick out. Allison Kay getting the advantage here. She's going to go for the cutthroat driver. She's going to go for the cover once again. And on a roll of 12, Holly Dead kicks out with authority. So Holly Dead trying to rally, but Allison Kay has hit 3 straight big moves here, and she is in control. Allison goes with a fade to the black. That is her finishing hold. She's going to try and choke out the champion on a roll of 8 or lower. And on a roll of 9, Holly Dead just escapes. Oh my goodness. Holly Dead has not been in this much trouble since she became Heartland Ladies Champion, but Allison is determined to get the job done here at the Freedom Festival. AK-47 is a big kick to the side of the head. Hollyded still down. Allison now to the big D, that sliding clothesline again. Hollyded finally tries to stagger to her feet, and Allison is going to go with a whip to the turnbuckle. Off the turnbuckle comes Hollyded, and on a roll of 8, it is a big kick from Allison that stuns Hollyded. Allison now is going to follow that up with a fall-away slam. Roll of 7 or lower is needed. On a roll of 11, Hollyded slips out the back door of that one. And finally, she's going to try a vertical suplex. That's also a roll of 7 or lower. And on a roll of 6, she gets the vertical suplex. And down to the canvas hard goes Allison Kay. Hollyded finally with a chance to take a breather here. As Allison is down, Hollyded moving in. And Hollyded is going to go again for the unprettier. And sends Allison face first down onto the mat with a thump. Hollyded with another pump handle slam. Allison is hurt. Hollyded follows that up with another attempt at a vertical suplex. And on a roll of 6, she got her over. Now she's going to go for the cover. The pin roll is snake eyes, but on a roll of 4, she got out of there. Allison Kay eats her first point of fatigue. Hollyded now in control and is going to go for a death jump. A death jump for Hollyded. And on a roll of 12, that is the pin roll. Hollyded comes off the top turnbuckle with a perfect flying cross body press. Goes for the cover. The pin roll is 3, and on a roll of 6, Allison kicks out. Allison did a lot of damage. Hollyded endured the assault, and now it is Hollyded in control. And Hollyded is going to go for a leg drop on the apron, and she hit it. And as we know, the apron is the hardest part of the ring. Hollyded still in control. She goes to Darkness Falls. That is the Angel's Wings maneuver. So it's a big slam of the face down onto the canvas. That's a +2 finisher. And she's going to go for the cover on a pin roll of 6 or lower. And on a roll of 6, she got her. How about that? Hollyded successfully defending the Heartland Ladies Championship after a very competitive situation. Allison Kay, I thought, had that match won, but Hollyded managed to rally. And she comes back and scores the pin with Darkness Falls. So congratulations to Hollyded, your winner and still Heartland Ladies Champion. This is Hollyded. What a sensational match that was. And a very competitive situation for Hollyded, but she manages to escape Dayton, Ohio with the title intact. Here's some commentary from Salvador, America. What I do is if a ref takes a bump and another ref finishes the match and a title changes, I then roll on my championship committee chart. That is a great idea. So if there's a ref bump leading to a title change, then we go to the championship committee chart for the decision. Is that a Filsinger Games chart, or is that a homemade chart, Salvador? Or what's your tell us more about the championship committee chart. Love to hear more about that. There are a few commissioner cards, most of which come from the independents and kind of small-time commissioners, but I've never seen a full-fledged championship committee chart. That would be a wonderful thing to have. All right, and as we anxiously await to hear, tremendous win for Holly over the skunk. That's great. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we have reached the penultimate match of the evening. The following contest is scheduled for one fall, with a 45-minute time limit, and this match is for the NWA World Tag Team Championship. Introducing first, the challengers. At a total combined weight of 526 pounds, they are the current Pro Wrestling Mid-America Tag Team Champions. They are Dick the Bruiser and the Crusher. So the Crusher and Dick the Bruiser coming to Dayton and hoping to go home with the NWA World Tag Team Championship. Let's see, Dick the Bruiser and the Crusher have held these belts on 2 previous occasions, but it has been over a year. March 24th, 2021 was the last time the Bruiser and the Crusher were champions, and they lost those belts to the Fabulous Freebirds. So they are hoping after over a year to regain the World Tag Team Championships here. And their opponents, they are the reigning and defending NWA World Tag Team Champions at a total combined weight of 501 pounds. They are the Road Dogg Jesse James, the Badass Billy Gunn, the New Age Outlaws. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all, that was one of my favorite promos. Let me see if I can pull this one off. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, D-Generation X proudly brings to you your reigning and defending NWA Tag Team Champions of the World, the Road Dogg Jesse James, the Badass Billy Gunn, the New Age Outlaws. And if you're not down with that, we got 2 words for you. All right, so Billy Gunn and the Road Dogg defending the World Tag Team Championships. And if you have not seen Billy Gunn and his 2 sons on AEW and the back and forth they have with Danhausen, this is some of the funniest stuff I have ever seen. When Billy Gunn has 2 sons, their names are Austin Gunn and Colton Gunn, and they are working as a tag team. They're young guys. They're just getting started in the business. They're good athletes. They're good-looking kids. They haven't really gotten to the point where they excel as wrestlers yet. But they somehow have gotten connected to Danhausen, who is probably the funniest thing going in the world of wrestling today. And playing off of Billy Gunn's former nickname of Mr. Ass or Mr. Badass, Danhausen has labeled the 2 sons the Ass Boys. And he calls them Rod Ass and Todd Ass, and trending worldwide as the Ass Boys, and they call themselves the Gun Club, is what is the official name of the tag team. But once folks started calling them the Ass Boys, and the way those guys react, and the hilarious thing is that Billy Gunn thinks that's the funniest thing ever, and Billy Gunn is always siding with Danhausen and making fun of his own kids, calling them the Ass Boys. So that is funny stuff. Billy Gunn looking better at 58 than most people do at 28. And indeed, you are correct. All right. So, we're ready for action. It is going to be Mr. Ass himself, Billy Gunn, a.k.a. Kip James, to start things off against the Crusher. Should be a very interesting matchup here, contrasting styles. And the opening initiative roll, again, is tied. And we've done enough with these outside charts. Since it's an odd roll, we'll give it to Kip James. Sometimes when that opening roll is tied, I'll go to the Face to the Mat book or the ring announcer's chart, or sometimes I'll use it to build a storyline. But this is a World Heavyweight Championship match, and we don't need any of that nonsense. So instead, I would go odd to the champs, even to the challengers. That was an odd roll. Kip James comes out with the opening initiative, and he is going to, just go right to a face slap and a crotch chop. And that is the wrong approach when you are fighting the Crusher, because the Crusher doesn't take too kindly with that, and the Crusher is just going to come right back with a blatant chokehold. Just grabs Billy Gunn by the throat and shoves him back into the neutral corner. And putting Kip James on the defensive. Kip staggers back. Crusher hauls him back out to the center of the ring, and now the Crusher with a big atomic drop on Kip James. But Kip James comes back out of the back of that one. Billy Gunn avoids the attempt at the or reverses the attempt at the atomic drop, and it is Billy Gunn who scores and whips Crusher into the corner and starts stomping away at him. Crusher grabs Billy Gunn, throws him back into the corner, and it is now Crusher with a big stomp to the body. Billy Gunn gets back to his feet, these two stomping away at each other, and it is Billy Gunn with a hip toss that takes Crusher back to the center of the ring and down. And Crusher comes over and makes the tag into Dick the Bruiser. Dick the Bruiser, not known for his sense of humor, as the antics of the New Age Outlaws has got him a little riled up. And it is Dick the Bruiser who just comes in and rakes the face of Billy Gunn. And Billy Gunn is not able to get over and tag his partner because he is staggering around half blind after the face rake. And now Dick the Bruiser follows that up with a big punch to the face. That wasn't nice. But it's Billy Gunn who fires back and picks up Dick the Bruiser. Great show of strength by Billy Gunn as he took that punch to the face, came back and leg dives Dick the Bruiser and slams him down to the canvas with a jackhammer. And it is Dick the Bruiser who is going to roll out of the ring, and out to the arena floor we go. And on a roll of 7, that is the best man win roll. And in this case, Dick the Bruiser is an A, Billy Gunn is a B. Dick the Bruiser wins the brawl on the arena floor. And Dick the Bruiser now is going to take things out of the ring. We may see some shenanigans here. On a roll of 7, we will not see any shenanigans quite yet. And on a roll of 8, it is Kip James who has to roll back into the ring ahead of the 10 count via the helpless crawl. Dick the Bruiser in charge. And a big pile driver on Billy Gunn. Billy Gunn slow to get to his feet. Snapmare and head twist. Billy Gunn is still down. Dick the Bruiser now with a boot rake to the side of the head. Billy Gunn finally gets to his feet. And it is Billy Gunn with a running corner splash. He grabs Dick the Bruiser by the arm, sends him into the Outlaw's corner, and nails him with a splash into the corner. Tag to the Road Dogg. In comes the Road Dogg. Dick the Bruiser is again going to leave the ring. And on a roll of 7, Dick the Bruiser grabs the leg of the Road Dogg and just nails Road Dogg right between the eyes with a big right hand. Back into the ring we go, Dick the Bruiser in control. And out of the ring we go again. And again, we will not see the shenanigans chart. The way that works is on a roll of 2 to 8, action proceeds as normal. On a roll of 9 or higher, we go to my ringside mayhem charts. And if we get those out, we'll deal with those. But for now, it is the standard out of the ring chart. And on a roll of 10, let's see what happens. The opponent comes out of the ring and tries to wallop you with an object like a steel chair. Roll disqualification. This is where Dick the Bruiser may get in trouble if he is disqualified. Ooh, there's one roll. And on a roll of 5 or lower, Dick the Bruiser will be disqualified. But on a roll of 11, the referee is going to let it go. And Dick the Bruiser is in control. And now Dick the Bruiser applies the stomach claw. That is an add 1 maneuver. That's going to cost Road Dogg a point of fatigue as Dick the Bruiser moves in on the attack. A forearm smash. Road Dogg fires back with a whip to the ropes. Off the ropes comes Dick the Bruiser. And on a roll of 7, that is a running back elbow from the Road Dogg that takes Dick the Bruiser and staggers him backwards. Road Dogg follows that up with another whip to the ropes. On a roll of 11, it is a big drop kick to the side of the head by Road Dogg that takes Dick the Bruiser down to the canvas, and Road Dogg can now roll on level 3 offense, and he is going to go for a death jump. Road Dogg up to the top rope. Comes off with the death jump and nails a flying clothesline. Tag to Billy Gunn. We're going to see a double team attempt here. And on a roll of 11, the double team fails. As Billy Gunn comes off the top rope, Road Dogg is holding Dick the Bruiser, but Dick the Bruiser ducks out of the way. And it is Road Dogg who nails his own partner with a running clothesline. Billy Gunn now the legal man in the ring, but he is down, and Dick the Bruiser is going to hit him with a pile driver. And finally, Dick is going to tag the Crusher back into the match. Yeah, it's hard for me to get the names right when the wrong names are on the cards. I might try and do a little cover up of those or something, but I don't want to actually deface the cards. The Crusher comes in and goes to the blatant chokehold once again, choking him down. Kip is crushed against the turnbuckle in the neutral corner, and now an elbow drop by the Crusher, an elbow right to the side of the head. Kip James is staggering around, and a stomp to the body by the Crusher. And Kip James has had enough of that. He grabs him and reverses the Crusher into the corner, and now it is a whip to the turnbuckle. Off the turnbuckle comes the Crusher, and on a roll of 7, it is a big kick by Billy Gunn that stuns the Crusher. Billy Gunn follows that up with a flurry of punches. The Crusher fires back with a kick to the stomach. Billy Gunn fires back with stomps in the corner. The Crusher is staggered. And Billy Gunn with another flurry of punches. The Crusher tries to make the tag and makes the tag to Dick the Bruiser. Dick the Bruiser now comes in against Billy Gunn. And he goes with that stomp to the body. Stomping away at Billy Gunn. Dick the Bruiser follows that up with a whip to the turnbuckle. Off the turnbuckle comes Billy Gunn, and on a roll of 7, he grabs the arm of Dick the Bruiser and reverses the whip. Into the turnbuckle goes Dick the Bruiser. He comes off, and Billy Gunn hits him with a kick to take control. Dick the Bruiser staggered by that kick to the chest. And now it is a big power slam by Billy Gunn that has Dick the Bruiser staggered. Billy Gunn comes back with more stomps. Dick the Bruiser wants a tag. He gets the tag. In comes the Crusher. Back and forth we go. The Crusher with the momentum goes for the big body slam and just powers Billy Gunn down to the mat with a big body slam. Billy cannot make the tag. Billy is in trouble. And the Crusher is going to pitch him out of the ring. And out of the ring, it is going to be the helpless crawl for Billy Gunn to get back into the ring where the Crusher is waiting. And once again, the Crusher is going to send Billy Gunn out of the ring. And this time on a roll of 10, we go to the Ringside Mayhem charts. Ringside Mayhem is the roll. The Crusher is on offense. Billy Gunn is on defense. And it is going to be the tables chart. What's going to happen with the table? Is the Crusher going to try and set up the table? Yes, indeed. The table is set up on the floor at ringside. Both wrestlers roll the gut check roll. And the outcome of the gut check roll favors the Crusher. So he power bombs Billy Gunn through the table at ringside. Billy Gunn takes a point of fatigue after being powerbombed through a table at ringside by the Crusher. Crusher now in control. And back in, and he's going to go out of the ring again. So now we've been out a second time, so we add 1 to the Ringside Mayhem chart. And now we have a roll of 12, and on a roll of 12, we have a possible double countout. On a roll of 2 to 5, this will be a double countout. But on a roll of 6, we use double sixes. We use the standard out of the ring chart as the brawl has fallen out to the arena floor. And on a roll of 8, it is the Crusher who wins the brawl and finally pitches Billy Gunn back into the ring. They cannot win the titles on the arena floor, although they can have all kinds of fun out there and beat the tar out of the New Age Outlaws, who probably deserve it. And now it is the Crusher Bolo, the big finisher. That is a +1 finisher. The pin rating here is 5. Road Dogg's going to try the pin save, and on 5 he does make the save. But that costs the Outlaws their first pin save. Billy Gunn is in trouble here at the hands of the Crusher. Tag to Dick the Bruiser. They're going to try a double team. And on a roll of 9, it is a running double clothesline from Dick the Bruiser and the Crusher. They didn't get all of it, but they got enough to keep control, as Dick the Bruiser is now the legal man in the ring. And Dick the Bruiser with a big knee smash. And now Kip James is going to leave the ring on his own opportunity. And on a roll of 5, that's a good roll for Billy Gunn, actually. Let's see, the opponent comes out of the ring to continue the fight, but you grab him and smash him onto the announcer's table. So surprisingly, Billy Gunn wins that brawl on the arena floor. He may be disqualified here. There's one roll of 5. On another roll of 5, it will be a disqualification. But on a roll of 6, the ref decides to let it go. And nobody in this arena is more disappointed than Billy Gunn, because he would have loved to have got himself disqualified and hold on to the titles. But as it stands, Billy Gunn is in control as action goes back into the ring. And it is Billy Gunn with a Cobra Clutch slam. He's going to go for the cover. The pin roll here is Snake Eyes. And on a roll of 11, Dick the Bruiser kicks out. Once again, the Outlaws are going to try a double team. And on a roll of 7, this time they do hit the running double clothesline. And Road Dogg is now the legal man in the ring, and Road Dogg is in control. Road Dogg with a death jump. What's going to happen here? Road Dogg off to the top turnbuckle, and oh, he misses everything. As Dick the Bruiser saw him coming and just nailed him with an elbow right between the eyes, as Road Dogg came off the top rope, and now it is Dick the Bruiser who's going to go for the cover. The pin roll here is 3 or lower, and on a roll of 9, he kicks out. But Billy James just caught an elbow right between the eyes. Billy Gunn, and Dick the Bruiser is back in control. He's going to tag the Crusher. The Crusher comes in, and he is in no mood to mess around, and he just pitches the Road Dogg right back out of the ring again. Road Dogg on a roll of 6. That's the best man win rolls, and the best man out of the ring is the Crusher, so he wins the battle on the arena floor. Crusher throws him out of the ring again. Will we see mayhem? It's +1, and on a roll of 10, we will indeed see mayhem. What's it going to be this time? The D12 comes up 4, and that is once again the tables chart. So they had good success putting Billy Gunn through a table. Can they do the same thing to the Road Dogg? In this case, they've got the table set up outside the ring. But in order to beat the 10 count, they have to go back into the ring. So Road Dogg is able to avoid being put through a table. But the table is up at ringside. And if we go out of the ring again, that may be a factor. Now the gut check roll is won by the Crusher again, because he's got fewer fatigue tokens, and so the Crusher will be in control as the action returns to the ring, with the Crusher in control. What's he going to do? Right back out of the ring we go again. And this time it is Billy Gunn who again wins the brawl on the arena floor. Will there be a disqualification here? No, there will not, but Billy Gunn has the, or excuse me, I keep saying Billy Gunn because it's B.G. James. It should be Road Dogg. Road Dogg wins the brawl on the arena floor, and now Road Dogg with a kick to the chest. Crusher fires back with a stomp to the body. Road Dogg fires back with a hot shot, and that is an add one tag maneuver. What a move by the Outlaws. They have got an add one on level 1 offense by way of the tag team chart. And they're going to go for the cover. The pin roll here is 3. And on a roll of 3, they got him. How about that? Wow! What a shocker. Out of nowhere, the New Age Outlaws come up with a double team move off level 1 offense, hitting a double team hot shot on the Crusher and saving the NWA World Tag Team Championship. I do not believe it. What a great finish to that match. The Outlaws are your winners, as they're complaining up and down. Road Dogg had his feet on the ropes or some such, but they steal the win after getting beat back and forth and up and down all over ringside. It is finally the double team hot shot off of level 1 offense that gets the victory for the Outlaws, as it is the Road Dogg scoring the surprise pin over the Crusher by way of the Hot Shot. What a finish. I do not believe it. So 2 fatigue tokens there, 2 there, Billy Gunn with 2, and Dick the Bruiser with 1. All right, nobody saw that coming. I didn't see that coming. And most importantly, Dick the Bruiser, or the Crusher, did not see that coming, because the Crusher has been pinned, and the New Age Outlaws managed to escape from Dayton, Ohio, with the tag team championship intact. What a conclusion to that match. All right, gosh, we're 2 hours into this super card, and it is now time for your main event of the evening. Thank you to everybody who has come out and checked out tonight's show. The dice gods shined upon them. Holy cow. I cannot believe that finish. But that is a New Age Outlaws match if there ever was one. They're up against 2 guys that are bigger and badder and more popular. They get roughed up, and they find some way with their tag team chemistry to pull victory out of the jaws of defeat. And it is the New Age Outlaws. If you don't know, you better call somebody. They are your reigning and now defending successfully NWA World Tag Team Champions. What a finish. All right, ladies and gentlemen, the time has come for your main event of the evening. Let's get ready to rumble. The following contest is scheduled for one fall with no time limit, and this is for the NWA World Heavyweight Championship. Introducing first the challenger, a former World Heavyweight Champion in his own right, 6'5", 452 pounds, from the Rocky Mountains of Colorado. This is the man they call VADER. And his opponent, your reigning and defending NWA World Heavyweight Champion, 6'2", 275 pounds, out of Norman, Oklahoma, the man they call Dr. Death, Steve Williams. All right, it was Steve Williams who won the NWA World Championship over VADER with a victory back on the 7th of May. Williams subsequently came up with a successful title defense over Nick Bockwinkel, and now it is VADER who has earned his rematch. VADER, a 2-time former world champion, looking to become the first man to capture this title for the 3rd time. So can he get the job done here in Dayton? His predecessors, the Bruiser and the Crusher, could not. Allison K could not. In fact, every title that has been on the line, well no, the only challengers to win were the Kimber Bombs way back at the beginning of the show. But there have been 3 title defenses successful since then, and Steve Williams is hoping to make it 4 in a row. Successful title defenses here at Freedom Festival 2022, and it is Williams who wins the opening initiative role. The Mastodon versus the Doctor, and it is the Doctor who takes control and immediately goes with a whip to the turnbuckle. Off the turnbuckle comes VADER, and on a roll of 3, it is VADER who dodges as Steve Williams is charging in, and Williams hits the turnbuckle hard and tumbles out to the arena floor, and right away this match goes outside the ring. But on a roll of 6, it is Williams who grabs VADER as VADER is coming out, and Williams slams VADER first onto the announcer's table. Will there be a disqualification here? I certainly hope not. On a roll of 5, there's 1 disqualification roll. And on a roll of 7, thankfully, I roll the DQ rolls twice because there would be way too many disqualifications otherwise. So Dr. Death is able to not get disqualified after slamming VADER onto the announcer's table. And now as they go back into the ring, it is Dr. Death in control. And Dr. Death with a big press slam. What an impressive show of strength as he gets VADER up over his head and down to the canvas hard. Dr. Death follows that up with a lariat just as VADER's getting to his feet. He's going to go for the cover. The pin roll is Snake Eyes, and on a roll of 5, VADER kicks out. So Dr. Death off to a quick start here as he won that brawl on the arena floor and has captured the momentum, nearly picking up a pinfall after that big lariat. What's he going to do now? He is going to go for the Doctor Bomb. That's another big move, and down to the canvas hard goes VADER. VADER gets slowly to his feet, and Dr. Death with a whip to the ropes. Off the ropes comes VADER, and on a roll of 11, it is another big running lariat from Dr. Death that puts VADER back down onto the canvas. Dr. Death with all the momentum here. And he is going to go once again for the Doctor Bomb. Once again, he goes for the cover. The pin roll is 3 or lower, and on a roll of 9, VADER kicks out again. But Dr. Death has all the momentum in this one. What's he going to do now? The Oklahoma Stampede. Roll 1 die, even, play normal, odd, use the backdrop driver +3, and that is odd. So it is going to be the backdrop driver. This is a +3 finisher. The pin roll is 7 or lower, and on a roll of 11, VADER kicks out. VADER kicks out of the Doctor Bomb, or excuse me, the backdrop driver, but Williams is still in control. Williams has just got all the momentum. He has overpowered VADER, and it's just moving from pillar to post in a fury. And now a belly-to-belly suplex puts VADER back down onto the canvas. Whip to the ropes. Off the ropes comes VADER. And on a roll of 8, it is a running back elbow from Williams that keeps Williams in control. Spine buster by Williams puts VADER back down onto the canvas. Williams now is going to attempt a standing drop kick. This is a choice C maneuver. He needs a roll of 7 or lower to connect on this standing drop kick. And on a roll of 8, VADER just swats him out of the air. Williams hits the canvas, and VADER now takes control. VADER eats entire villages, says Salvador America. We'll see if he can eat Oklahoma on this occasion. And now it is VADER with a clothesline. And Williams is staggered. Both these men have a -4 power rating, which is almost as good as it gets. VADER now with a power body slam. Williams goes down hard and rolls out of the ring. Out to the arena floor we go once again. And on a roll of 5, that is a possible double disqualification, I believe. Yes, the Wild Brawl erupts on the arena floor. Both wrestlers roll disqualification. Both men have a DQ rating of 5. Williams will not be disqualified. VADER will not be disqualified. So now we go to an even odd to see who wins the fight on the arena floor. Williams is the wrestler on defense. He gets the even rolls. And on a roll of 3, it is VADER who wins the brawl. Action comes back into the ring. VADER with a big suplex. Takes Williams down hard to the canvas. Williams slow to get to his feet. VADER comes in with a front slam. And Williams is down again. VADER continuing the power moves with another front slam. And this time, Williams is down and stays down. VADER with a chance to do some damage here. He's going to go up for a Samoan drop. That's a choice H move, which is either, let's see, choice H is either a death jump or agility. So he's going to go for the death jump. And on a roll of 3, that was a bad idea. As VADER goes up to the top rope, he comes off the top rope with an awesome cross body block, but Williams catches him in midair and power slams him down to the mat. What a leverage move by Williams. Williams goes for the pin. The pin roll is 5, and on a roll of 9, VADER kicks out. I don't know if you would call that a power slam or more of just a side bulldog. As VADER came down off the top turnbuckle, Williams got out of the way, and VADER slammed down to the canvas hard. And Williams is back in control after that failed death jump maneuver. And now it is a big press slam by Williams, another impressive show of strength. VADER down to the canvas hard, another big lariat by Williams, takes VADER over the top rope and out of the ring. Out of the ring we go once again. And on a roll of 8, it is VADER who is forced to crawl back helplessly into the ring ahead of the 10 count. Williams awaiting with malice in mind. A belly-to-belly suplex puts VADER down onto the canvas. Williams still in control. Williams with a football tackle. And Vader goes out of the ring once again. Out to the arena floor we go. This time the roll is 8. And again, that is the helpless crawl. Vader has to come back in to meet Dr. Death, where Dr. Death is ready and waiting. Out of the ring we go again. Will we see ringside mayhem? On a roll of 10, we will. Back to the ringside mayhem chart. These two guys are no stranger to mixing it up on the arena floor. And on a roll of 3, it is back to the tables chart. Here we go again. It is Vader setting up a table on the arena floor. He tries to set up the table, but Williams gets there and attacks him. So we go back to the standard out of the ring roll. And this time it is Vader who wins the brawl on the arena floor. Back to the ring we go. And now Vader with the release powerbomb. He's going to go for the cover. The pin roll is 4 or lower, and on a roll of 9, it is Williams who kicks out. Boy, these two men going power for power. Vader now in control, and he is going to send the match out of the ring once again. And on a roll of 7, that's the best man win rolls. These both are A-rated competitors, so Vader, the wrestler on offense, wins the brawl and continues on the offensive. And Vader now with the Vader bomb. He may instead try the moonsault plus 3. On rolls of 1 to 3, Vader misses and the opponent takes over on level 3 offense. We are going to give this a try. Vader is desperate. He has taken some punishment here. He is going to go for broke and try the moonsault. He'll hit it on a roll of 4 to 6, but on a roll of 3, Vader misses the moonsault and crashes hard to the arena floor. Dr. Death now is back in control, and Dr. Death is going to whip Vader out of the ring to the arena floor. And on a roll of 5, that's the double DQ roll again. Williams will not be disqualified. Vader will not be disqualified. We go to odd even, and this time it is Williams who gets the odd roll. And on a roll of 5, Williams wins the brawl on the arena floor and maintains control. And now a belly-to-belly suplex by Williams puts Vader back down onto the canvas. Boy, these two are going at it tooth and nail. This has been an amazing brawl. And now it is another football tackle by Williams that takes Vader out of the ring again. Out to the arena floor we go again, and this time on a roll of 10, it is Williams who comes out. Grabs a steel chair. Actually, he grabs his football helmet and slugs Vader with the football helmet. Williams may be disqualified for that. He will not be. Action returns to the ring. And it is another big press slam by Williams that puts Vader back down to the canvas. Boy, these two are going at it all over the place. Headbutt by Williams. Vader is stunned. Another football tackle. Vader slow to get to his feet. Another headbutt, and this time Vader returns fire, and it is Vader with a big body slam. Power body slam by Vader. He goes for the cover. The pin roll is 3 or lower. And Williams once again kicks out, but Vader is back in control. The momentum swings back and forth. And Vader now with the Vader bomb. He's not going to try the moonsault again. Instead, he's going to go for the Vader bomb. This is a +1 finisher. So the pin roll here is 5 or lower. And on a roll of 9, Dr. Death is able to kick out. Vader still in control. And Vader now is going to take the action back out of the ring once again. And on a roll of 9, that's the helpless crawl. Williams crawling back into the ring where Vader awaits. And Vader now with a big suplex. And Williams is down. Williams slow to get to his feet. Vader with a big boot to the face. Williams sidesteps that. And it is Williams who comes back instead. He's going to try that standing dropkick on a roll of 7 or lower. And on a roll of 5, he nailed it. And Vader is staggered back. Williams now regains the momentum. Williams with a headbutt. Vader returns fire and grabs Williams and whips him to the turnbuckle. Off the turnbuckle comes Dr. Death, but on a roll of 12, it is an incredible neck-breaking clothesline from Vader that turns Dr. Death inside out. Vader in control. Vader again to the Vader bomb. The pin roll here is 6. And on a roll of 4, he got him. A new world champion is crowned here at Freedom Festival 2022. The Vader bomb wins the match for Vader after a brutal back and forth slugfest. It is Vader with the Vader bomb to regain the NWA World Heavyweight Championship. What a slugfest we just saw. Both these men went at it with everything they had. Neither man is particularly a fan favorite. Probably Vader would be more the favored wrestler of the two. Williams, not terribly hated, but he does hang around with Ted DiBiase, who is a hated man in his own right. So Williams gets up and begrudgingly offers a handshake and the World Championship title belt to Vader, your new heavyweight champion for the third time. Wow. What a conclusion to that match. All right, Frank Wainscott is in the chat room. Thank you for coming out today. Mark Ferguson, Al Red Sox fan, Salvador America, and your new World Heavyweight Champion, the man they call Vader. All right, wow, 2.5 hours. That was my longest wrestling broadcast ever, I think. But it was a good time was had by all. Vader wins the NWA World Heavyweight Championship. The New Age Outlaws successfully defend the World Tag Team Championships. Hall of Dead with a big win over Allison Kay to retain the Ladies Championship. Terry Funk and Dusty Rhodes tore down Dayton in an alley fight that was finally won by Rhodes with a bionic elbow between the eyes. Ed Strangler Lewis puts aside the challenge of Harley Race to retain the Patriot Heavyweight Championship. The Horsemen, Arn Anderson and Tully Blanchard, steal a victory over the Steiner brothers to get out of town with their hides intact in that grudge match. The Kimber Bombs win the Heartland Ladies Tag Team Championship with a victory over their rivals Malia Hosaka and Jazz. And in our opening contest, it was the Von Erich brothers victorious over the Fabulous Freebirds. So thank you to everybody who came out tonight. Salvador America, Mark Ferguson, Captain Carl 8, Cleveland baseball fan 879, Al Red Sox fan. Who else was here? Frank Wainscott, if I missed anybody. I know we had a couple of folks earlier in the show. Joseph Hinkle was here. Mark Ferguson. And somebody else made a quick cameo. JT. Yeah, JT was in for a cameo as well. And Pop's Reviews. I missed Pop's Reviews coming in, so welcome Pop's Reviews. And as predicted, the very first prediction by Mark Ferguson was that this was going to be a night of some slobber knockers. And it was slobber knockers indeed, a bunch of them. As we wrap up the summer event, Freedom Festival 2022, the pay-per-view event of the summer. So thank you all for tuning in to this broadcast from Heartland Championship Wrestling. This is Dave Little from the Dave Cave signing off. That's our show, and I am out of here.